What's up, cyber and crypto homies? Hope everybody's having a great week amidst all this crazy coronavirus stuff. Today is March the 18th of 2020. This is episode 105 of the Cybersecurity and Cryptocurrency Podcast. I'm your host, Eric English. All the views and opinions expressed in this podcast are solely my opinions and do not reflect that of my employer. And if you want to follow me on Twitter, I'm at CyberCryptoGuy. All right, so there's too many things to talk about, and I'm sure everybody's sick and tired of hearing about the coronavirus, as am I. I probably received, 30 or 40 different emails from all these different companies telling me what they're doing, and yeah, it's just nuts right now. I know that a lot of IT folks are trying to set up remote access or remote working for everybody. I'm doing the same thing, and it is a beatdown. Nobody expected to have to send their entire company home and all get on the VPN at the same time. So there's bandwidth struggles, there's issues with licensing, there's, all kinds of stuff like that. So we're all struggling through it too, just as much as everybody else. This kind of thing, I guess, could have been somewhat planned for if you have a good pandemic plan in place and or DR plan. That DR plan could include something like, hey, if there is a pandemic, then here's what we do to recover. If our corporate office, gets taken down for some reason, people can go home and work, and you'd at least have a plan for it. But, a lot of folks don't have that plan in place. And when something like this happens, it's hair on fire and trying to get everybody up and going. So it's definitely a mess. Over the last week or so, we've seen numerous phishing attempts, all attempting to get credentials. It seems like for whatever reason they ramped up their phishing, and I guess it's because people know that folks are working from home and they're potentially working on a personal computer with less protection on it. So there's a lot of ramifications for all this kind of stuff. But a few of the things that we've done just from our side, I think everybody's doing this, but if you're not already, put everybody on multi-factor that's going to get on the VPN. That way you've at least got that layer of protection there. I would also do some sort of campaign or training sort of email to everybody, letting them know that, hey, if you see any emails that look like they're coronavirus related, they could be malicious. Hackers are definitely using that as a reason to get people to click on stuff. So we're definitely seeing a lot of it in our environments, and it's not slowing down at all. We've had a few folks that have gotten compromised, so it's just typical phishing stuff. Phishing is still your biggest threat, kind of no matter what you do, but two-factor is the best way to combat that kind of stuff. It's pretty much nuts for all of us out there, but now's the time to really start monitoring that VPN traffic if you don't already, making sure there's nothing malicious coming in through that VPN. Multi-factor everywhere you possibly can. Make sure that folks aren't connecting via a remote personal device, potentially. If they are, then have some sort of compliance checks or HIPS checks, they call them, to make sure they're up to date on patches and antivirus and all that good stuff before it'll allow them to connect to the VPN. So, all the kind of best practices thing is what we're all struggling through right now. It's a mess. As far as news-related stuff, most of the news has, of course, been related to coronavirus, unfortunately. But there are a lot of things happening in the crypto world, so I do want to get to some of that as well. But before I jump into the crypto side, if you haven't already seen this, I'd be surprised, but there was another SMB version 3 vulnerability that Microsoft accidentally leaked, and then they had to come out and patch it real quick. That patch is available, so make sure you get that one pushed out as well if you haven't already. We've pushed it out on several different pretty large environments, and so far haven't seen any negative impacts that we can tell, at least so far. So that's a good thing. One less thing to worry about there, but there's already some proof of concept exploit tools out there to take advantage of this SMB version 3 vulnerability too. So I'll actually link to one of those tools in the show notes. So if you want to check that out, it's pretty interesting. That SMB vulnerability is also wormable, so that's another huge reason to get out there and patch that thing as quick as possible. Some other quick notes in cybersecurity: the Brave browser, new stuff coming out from them all the time. The most recent one here is that they are going to start generating random browser fingerprints to preserve users' privacy. So that's really cool. If you're not already a Brave browser user, I highly recommend checking it out at least and see if it's right for you. So on to the crypto markets. It's obviously been quite the downturn, unfortunately. We were sailing around pretty good there in the 9,000 range, and now all of a sudden today we're way down in the low 5,000 range. So everybody's taking a hit. It's been brutal, and the market volatility right now is just crazy. Of course, we all know that the Fed cut interest rates and injected all that extra money, but that doesn't always affect the crypto market, although it seems to have, at least a little bit anyway, for now, stabilized the losses that everybody's been getting in the crypto market. But one thing you can do right now in this super volatile market, I mean, the price is going up between 5,400 and 5,000 multiple times throughout the day. So if you can catch those waves just right, you can definitely make some of your money back on that kind of stuff. But it's been nuts. All the major coins are way down. Ethereum's down to $117. Ripple's at 15 cents. I mean, it's getting bad out there. So anyway, it's just another day in the crypto world, I guess. Most of us are kind of used to all these crazy price fluctuations in crypto, but it's certainly been a bloodbath here over the last week or so. I hope that it stabilizes, but I just don't know. I don't think anybody knows really what's going to happen, so kind of wait and see at this point. But if you're brave enough, you can definitely make some money on trading with all the volatility going on. You just got to catch the waves just right and hope that there's not a huge tank again after all this stuff. So I've been doing a little bit of that. I've made a little bit of money on it, but nothing too crazy. I'm not going to put a lot in there and, risk losing a bunch of it either. So just put a little bit in there and see what you can make out of it. Enough that you're at least willing to lose. I wonder if any at-home crypto mining folks have turned off their rigs now for Ethereum or whatever they're mining. It certainly makes me curious to know if folks are just like, screw it, it's not even profitable anymore. I haven't seen any reports that hash rates have dropped all that significantly on any of the major coins, but certainly something that I would bet a lot of people are thinking of. It's kind of pointless right now to waste all that electricity for basically nothing on returns right now. So, and it may not get any better anytime soon, and it might get a little worse. We just don't know yet. It's just going to be nuts. But I'm not going to sit here and regurgitate the same thing over and over that you've already heard from everybody else out there. To me, it's annoying. I've already heard it all. I don't want to hear any more of it. But either way, I hope everybody stays safe out there. Take care of your loved ones. Make sure that everybody's safe and sound. And stay healthy. And also, too, don't buy out all the toilet paper. I mean, come on. All right, folks, that's it for today. If you want to follow me on Twitter, I'm at CyberCryptoGuy. Thanks for listening, and we'll talk again soon.